You're playing Zigzagoon as well. Okay, what can we do here? Let's flip the coin first. Which one am I gonna go for? Let's just do that. Let's do our Marnie, because if we get a Escape Rope, that would be great. Oh great, we got an Escape Rope. Bede, but no Viridian Forest. They put a Chaotic Swell, but we don't have any other Stadium cards anyway, so not to worry. They put a Smiley Face. I'm gonna Libra Horn that thing, because they can't heal the Zacian. We don't have a Mimikyu yet, they actually can heal it. But they can't heal it with a Cheryl though. Crobat VMAX. That's unexpected. A Crobat VMAX Wheezing Toxicroak deck. So we can still use our Libra Horn. Let's take the luck on that one again and put that there. Should we put our Mimikyu? I'm just gonna keep my hand because we have a boss order. That boss order is looking really fine. And I'm just gonna put Libra Horn on the active. Let's just knock them out. 120 actually knocks it out. So I'm gonna put a Horror on that one and do a Psychic. I don't even need Psychic Assault because they have 2 energy cards attached to it, so we didn't actually need any other thing. We're only attacking with Rapidash with 10 HP remaining, by the way. That's crazy. And they have no V cards, no energy attached on their field. We have 8 energy attached. That's crazy. And they can't even knock out our Dedenne. Oh, that's sad. Okay. Should we end their misery or we actually can't end their misery? That's some big talk from my end. So let's just knock out the Sinistea. Let's hope Sigilyph survives the next turn. If it doesn't, then at least we get a double knockout. Unless they attack with their Poltegeist. If they knock out our Sigilyph, oh my gosh, they can boss order though, but they have no cards in their hand. I'm not too worried. We have a very bad hand on our side though. They could just draw a research or something like that. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank God. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 damage counters. Oh, still not enough. Okay, this is bad. This is real bad. Okay, let's just use our research. It's soul crushing to see so many cards gone just like that. So Fireworks Bomb, 12 damage counters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 knockouts. 2 prizers. Hello everybody, welcome back to Beware the Terrible. Today we have a new deck in the standard format for you called the Goldilocks Gallop. So in this deck we have our Galarian Rapidash V from Chilling Reign, the newest card ever. So it is actually a promo card. That means you get to use it earlier than the release of the Chilling Reign set, which is released to be released on 18 June. But because it's a promo card, you get to use it on the online platform. So you don't get to use it for tournaments though. You have to wait for 3 weeks from its release date to be able to use it for the Players Cup or any other tournaments. So standard tournament, for example. So Galarian Rapidash V has the Libra Horn attack, very powerful move. You get to put damage counters on any one of your opponent's Pokemon until they have 100 HP remaining for only 2 colorless energy costs. So you can even use a Welder for this card. but you can't use a Twin Energy, you can't use Triple XL because it is obviously a V card, and it's a basic Pokemon as well. But you still get to use Welder, you still get to fast charge it with Turbo Patch and Bede, which is our move for this deck. So our strategy is to use Bede and Turbo Patch to fast charge our Galarian Rapidash V, because we are not using fire energies, we are using psychic energies. The reason for that is because we are intending on using the attack Psychic. So Psychic is actually a very powerful attack for this card, because it does a 60 base damage with an extra 30 damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. That is actually a lot, because if they have only 2 energies attached to their active Pokemon, we get to do 120 damage for the knockout. So if we done our Libra Horn on our last turn, all we need to do is do a Psychic to collect the 3 prize knockout. If they are a VMAX, if they are a tag team, we can use Psychic for the 3 prize knockout. That's how powerful this card is. On its own, you get to use Libra Horn Psychic for a VMAX or tag team knockout. That's how powerful it is. But we have to expect them to heal their Pokemon because... Sorry about that. We have to expect them to heal their Pokemon because we are using two-hit knockout strategy. So we have our Mimikyu heal jamming. Your opponent's bench Pokemon can't be healed. If they use a Mellow and Lana, they can't heal their active Pokemon because they actually do the switch first. The switch effect is activated first before they are able to heal that Pokemon. So Mellow and Lana does not get to heal. They don't get to heal their Pokemon with Mellow and Lana. They don't get to heal with Melodic Bright Heal if it is their bench Pokemon. So bench Pokemon cannot be healed, but they can still use Indeedee V, Pokemon Center Lady, Mumu Cheese, Potion, all of those cards that heal their active Pokemon. So we have to watch out for that. But if they don't heal in time, Cheryl actually heals their active Pokemon as well. If they don't have a Cheryl in time, if they don't, even if they play a Cheryl, they're gonna have to watch out for, the energy cost, unless they have a Bronzong or something like that. If they use a Cheryl, they have to discard all energy cards attached to that Pokemon, that VMAX or any other Stage 1 Pokemon or Stage 2 as well. So Cheryl is actually has a heavy cost to it, so we are actually forcing them to either heal with a Cheryl or to, put their Pokemon in the active spot so that they get to heal. And if they're in the active spot, we get to do Libra Horn again, or we get to use Psychic or any other thing to knock them out. So it's better if we, it's actually better for us if they don't heal their Pokemon, which is what we are trying to establish with our heal jamming. But sometimes they heal their active Pokemon and we can't do anything about that. Then that's okay because we get to use Psychic or something else. But in the event that they don't heal in time or find their heal cards in time, we get to use Psychic. We get to use Psychic Assault, which is the main card for this deck. This is super powerful in pair with our Galarian Rapidash V card because it has the Psychic Assault, doing an extra 10 damage for each damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon. That is a lot. So if they have, for example, a VMAX in their active spot or in their bench position even, if they have a VMAX in their bench spot, we get to use Boss Order on the next turn after doing our Libra Horn and use our Psychic Assault with our Sigilyph and knock it out immediately. So that's how powerful this attack is. We get to do double the damage. So if they have 230 damage counters, 23 damage counters on their VMAX, for example, with a Libra Horn attack, then we get to collect the knockout, 3 prize cards knockout with our Psychic Assault because it does 260 damage. That's how powerful this card is. So that is our main strategy. If they don't play VMAX Pokemons though, we have our Psychic to do damage to their basic Pokemon, to their 1 prize cards or their Stage 1, Stage 2 Pokemons. It doesn't do a lot, but it does enough because if they have 2 or 3 energy cards attached to that active Pokemon, it actually do a minimum of 120 or even more. So 120 is enough to knock out a basic Pokemon. 1 prize card already is very easy. So if they play if they play a lot of 1 prize cards in their deck, if they play a main 1 prize deck even, we get to knock them out very fast with our Psychic because we are attaching energies very fast with our Turbo Patch and our Bede. We also can use our Psychic Assault, Counter Attack and Horror Energy to do damage to them. If they play a Mad Party, they're gonna have to watch out for our Counter Attack Horror Energy combo because if they knock us out, we get to knock them out as well at the same time, simultaneously. So for every knockout that they do, if we have a lot of Horror Energies attached to our Pokemon, if we have our Sigilyph in play in the active spot, if they knock out our Sigilyph, then they actually get damaged as well, and they can actually knock out their Bunnelby or their Sinistea. So obviously Sinistee can't attack, but you know, their Polti guys is 60 HP. We are not hoping for it to get knocked out because it's only 30 damage. You only put 3 damage counters for counter attack and only 2 damage counters for horror energy. But you know, you get the point. It actually does all of those damage counters does pile up. And after doing your Libra Horn, if there's not a 1 price deck, after doing your Libra Horn, all of those damage counters actually do a lot because it's only 100 HP left. And all you need is to collect all of those few damage counters up to 100 HP, and that's enough to knock them out. So that's why we have our Blacephalon as well. Blacephalon has the Fireworks Bomb ability, Fireworks Bomb attack, which allows you to put 4 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon in any way you like. And if they have exactly 3 prize cards remaining, you get to place 12 damage counters. So that's how powerful this card is. 12 is a lot on your opponent's Pokemon in any way you like. So this is super powerful. It's a secret card, but we only have one card because it's actually only 4 damage counters if we don't satisfy the condition of 3 prize cards. If your opponent doesn't have exactly 3 prize cards, it only does 4. So that's why we only have 1 of it. Our main cards is our Sigilyph and Galarian Rapidash. That's why we have 3 of those cards. We have 3 Sonias and 3 Quick Balls to set up our Pokemon. We also have 4 Turbo Patch and 3 Bede and 1 Escape Rope and 2 Switch cards and 1 Viridian Forest, 1 Spinner. Sorry, we don't have an Energy Spinner anymore, so I switched that card for something else. So we have 1 Viridian Forest and 14 energy cards in this deck, 4 Horror Energy and 8 basic energy cards. Sorry, 10 basic energy cards. And we have 3 Boss Orders and 4 Marnie and 4 Professor's Research, and we also have 2 Dedenne-GX, Dedenne-GX and 2 Crobat Vs in this deck, 1 Mew and 2 Mimikyu heal jamming. So that's all for the deck list. Let's go ahead for gameplay with our Goldilocks Gallop deck. So the reason it's called Goldilocks is because we are featuring it off of the Rapidash card, the Fairy type Rapidash, but it's actually Psychic type because it has the Darkness weakness and is resistant towards Fighting type. So Galarian Rapidash V is actually a Psychic type. All of our all cards in this deck is Psychic type. Mimikyu, Mew, Sigilyph. Sigilyph is actually a Flying type though. For this card, it's Flying type because they are actually giving it a Lightning weakness and a Fighting resistance. So all of these cards are Fighting resistant, but Sigilyph is a Flying type, and every other type are Psychic. So they are playing a Bronzong Corviknight deck. Corviknight VMAX is actually very bad for us. So let's discard energy cards as soon as possible so that we get to Turbo Patch later. I'm gonna try to hit the Zacian. You never know what they have, you know. So I'm just gonna put down the Mew just in case, because we only have 1 Mew in this deck. Don't want to be wasting that card. Let's put another one. Sorry about that. Let's just put that one as well and pass the turn after choosing another one. Okay, we discarded 2. We have 4 Turbo Patch, so just to prepare for those Turbo Patches. Oh my gosh. So coating doesn't do anything because we don't have fire types. We're not playing fire deck. We use the Marnie on us. We got our first Turbo Patch. Shouldn't have played so much basic actually, because it actually take up the spot for Crobat V and Dedenne. You're playing Zigzagoon as well. Okay, what can we do here? Let's flip the coin first. Which one am I gonna go for? Let's just do that. Let's do our Marnie, because if we get a Escape Rope, that would be great. Oh great, we got an Escape Rope. Bede, but no Viridian Forest. They put a Chaotic Spell, but we don't have any other Stadium cards anyway, so not to worry. They put a smiley face. I'm gonna Libra Horn that thing, because they can't heal the Zacian. We don't have a Mimikyu yet, they actually can heal it. But they can't heal it with a Cheryl though. We're not weak towards Steel type, so it's not a Fairy type, it's not weak. The weakness is Dark, it's not Fairy. Sorry, it's not Metal. So Zacian does only 230. If they have another Zigzagoon though, they can actually knock it out, or you Scoop Up Net even. Another Scoop Up Net is all they need. But they need another energy card, or a Metal Saucer, and a Switch. Oh, they got a Switch. Oh, still, they need a Scoop Up Net now. Oh, thank God. Okay, we can actually knock them out if we have a boss order, but we couldn't find it. We can use a Psychic, but we can't knock it out. So let's try using Blacephalon. We have no way of getting it out anyways. Let's just reduce their hand with the Marnie. So this is super powerful against Metal Goggles, that's why it's here. We're not gonna discard our own Cape of Toughness, obviously. So I'm gonna just use Psychic here. I could save this for later on though. Should be smarter to save it, but you know what? I'll just do that. Whatever. They're probably gonna scoop it up or something. Oh, Switch. They need one more. They need one more damage counter. Hopefully they don't get it. They have to knock us out, or we're gonna Psychic and knock it out. We can even use Psychic Assault. Oh, they don't have the Zigzagoon. That's too bad. That's how strong, that's how powerful this Cape of Toughness is. It adds 50 HP. That's super strong. So we can actually knock it out with a Psychic. We should have attached to this one because they probably are playing Corviknight. Still haven't seen any Corviknight though. They have maybe a Zacian, a full Zacian deck because they're playing Rusted Sword. Oh great, we actually got 2 heads, wow. And we get to knock out the Zacian with Psychic. See? That's how strong the Psychic attack is. If you play a Welder, I tried with a Welder, it doesn't work because you don't get to use Psychic. Psychic is actually a very, what do you call that? It blends really well with your Libra Horn attack. It blends really well if you play Psychic deck as well. If you fit in the Psychic move and also other Psychic type Pokemons, it actually blends really well. So we're gonna do another Libra Horn. And then let's try a Psychic actually. 120 is the same thing, so let's just save our boss order. Yeah, let's just use Libra Horn. So Blacephalon is actually waiting for them to collect their to knock out 3 Pokemons. If they knock out our Blacephalon though, we actually can't do anything. Because that is the sole Blacephalon for this deck. We have no rods to pick it back up from the discard pile. So this is only good for when they knock out something else, like maybe a Rapidash V and a Sigilyph. Then we actually get to place 12 damage counters on them. That's super strong. So we can knock out the Zigzagoon actually. Let's just knock them out. 120 actually knocks it out. So I'm gonna put a Horror on that one and do a Psychic. I don't even need Psychic Assault because they have 2 energy cards attached to it, so we didn't actually need any other thing. We're only attacking with Rapidash with 10 HP remaining, by the way. That's crazy. And they have no V cards, no energy attached on their field. We have 8 energy attached. That's crazy. And we have Mimikyu stuck in an active spot, but it's okay because we have Switch card, and we also have it also only require 1 energy to retreat. So we are kind of, you know, we have kind of sealed the game here, unless, you know, unless they can turn it around really fast or something. They can still heal it though. They can still put it in the active spot and heal their Zacian, because we are actually depending on that 2-hit knockout and damage counters to be able to do something, to be able to knock out the Zacian V. If we don't place enough damage counters on it, we can't actually clean it out with, we can't actually wipe it out with a Psychic Assault or a Psychic. Psychic does not knock it out with 1 hit. We can't do a 1-hit knockout. So they are attacking with their Bronzong. Interesting. 70 actually knocks out our Mimikyu. Mimikyu is not a fairy as well. This Mimikyu is a ghost type. So it's afraid of dark type, resistant to fighting type, is not a fairy type, is a ghost type. So Psychic Ghost is our deck, and also Flying. Let's not forget Flying. I keep forgetting Flying. I'm just gonna promote this one. 230 actually knocks it out though. So they have a Bronzong. Let's just knock out the Bronzong. Should we knock out the Bronzong though? If we do that, they don't have any energy cards, because they have used up their... Yeah, let's just do that. Because they have actually used up their Metal Saucers. So no Saucers, and... I don't think they're playing Turbo Patch. No energy cards in their field again. Oh, they are saving their Zigzagoon, because I actually forgot about that thing. It has 10 HP remaining. Oh, our Rapidash has 10 HP remaining as well. So they actually prevent that knockout and knock us out instead. We could have knocked it out just now if we had a Zigzagoon, but we don't. So I'm really confident that they can't charge it up within a turn. They don't have enough Metal Saucers, only 1. They can't charge it up in time. They use a Narnia on us. That's really bad. So we only need to use a Psychic on the... Well, we can't actually knock out anything. If they don't evolve though, oh my gosh, they just pass the turn. It's actually resistant towards... Oh, it's battle styles. So we can actually knock it out. It's Sword and Shield. Steel type is no longer resistant to Poison type, because Poison is no longer the purple type energy symbol. Poison is replaced by the dark type symbol. So for Sword and Shield, Metal type is no longer resistant towards Psychic types. Let's go for our next game. We got our Battle Styles packs. The ladder is actually 21 days. I thought the ladder is 14 days. I think they have updated it, changed it to 21 days. So you got more time to finish the to finish your quest, to collect those points and your rewards. You got more time to collect your rewards, but you actually waste those extra rewards if you are a hardcore if you are a hardcore gamer like myself. You would actually prefer to have less time to, you know, to finish up the ladder, because that way you get to be more proficient and efficient, and you get to, you know, get more out of the game from those rewards. But 21 days is okay. At least it's not a month or something. I've never seen that deck box before. It's a Gardevoir deck box. I think they might be playing some new cards. It's pretty cool. The deck box looks very, very nice. So they're playing, sorry about that, they're playing Galarian Weezing. Eternatus VMAX deck, 100%, unless you could you know, they could be playing a Weezing only deck, Weezing Toxicroak deck, just to mess with those one price decks with the Gorman dice and the Charizard battle stance, Cinderace Libero. It completely crushes those decks. So it looks like they are playing that Weezing Toxicroak combo. They could still add those Eternatus VMAXs, you never know. One price deck, should we play our Mimikyu? Doesn't look like there's any point playing a Mimikyu, but oh well, let's just place it just in case they have Eternatus. Let's play Bede. I'm gonna do that. Turbo Patch. Oh man. Okay, that's done. No ability, so heal jamming actually doesn't work. Heal jamming, counter attack, DD change, dark asset. This is actually very difficult because we still need a 2-hit knockout for that Galarian Weezing, because we can only do 90 damage with our Psychic, and we can't actually place damage counters any other way unless we have Horror Energy, because counter attack doesn't do anything. And oh, Horror Energy actually doesn't do anything as well, because they are using severe poison. They are not damaging us. They are actually they're using special conditions to damage counter us. So we can't place damage counters with our Horror or our counter attack. Crobat VMAX. That's unexpected. A Crobat VMAX Weezing Toxicroak deck. So we can still use our Libra Horn. Let's take the luck on that one again and put that there. Should we put our Mimikyu? I'm just gonna keep my hand because we have a boss order. That boss order is looking really fine. And I'm just gonna put Libra Horn on the active. They don't have enough energy to attack with Stealth Poison, because it is 2 energy attack cost, but we can still place damage counter on both the Crobat VMAXs. So that still works, because it is not an ability, Libra Horn is an attack. Sonia for Dark Energy. Severe Poison, and they pause the turn. 60, oh my gosh. Forgot about the Toxicroak. Okay, what are we gonna do? We can boss order knock it out now. I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. Because we get to heal our poison, and we get to knock out something. So Psychic Assault, collect 3 prize cards. Our main strategy actually worked out. So it worked out on our previous game as well, because they are playing a V card. So it actually does, Libra Horn does 120 damage. We get to place 12 damage counter on the Zacian V, and we get to place 20 damage counter on the Crobat VMAX for only 2 colorless energy cost. So that's how strong this Rapidash is. They got their max cutter ready, so now we only need to charge up something. Let's use Bede just because we can. Discard the horror. I really don't want to discard the horror, but let's just do that. Whatever. We get to heal it as well. And I don't want to waste that Mimikyu though. Let's just waste that Mimikyu, whatever. So let's prepare for our next boss order. Oh my gosh. No abilities, I forgot. No abilities. So let's just use Psychic, knock out the Wheezing maybe. Let's just put pressure on the Crobat VMAX. Try to knock out the Wheezing later on, because if that VMAX is there, then they're gonna be forced to place the Wheezing there. We have our research anyways. We should have used research instead of that Bede just now, but oh well. And we got another research. Okay, we get to switch at least. We get to use a double switch. We're gonna save our escape rope because that way we get to use our ability if they haven't evolved on their next turn. I'm gonna retreat because we have a Turbo Patch. We have enough energy cards anyways, so I'm gonna retreat. We have a heal jamming, so let's just use our Psychic. Put pressure on the Galarian Wheezing now. They're probably gonna use a new Wheezing. Let's hope they don't. But we have our Cape of Toughness. We are good for 2 more turns if we switch in time. We have 1 more switch and 1 more escape rope. No other switch cards in this deck. No Bird Keepers. But if they don't Narnia us, we can actually do something. We also only have 1 energy retreat cost for all of our Pokemon except Blacephalon. They actually knock us out with Max Cutter, but we can. Oh, we can't knock it out. Oh, they knock us out with Stealth Poison. Oh my gosh, because we are weak towards Dark type. Oh no, I forgot about the weakness. We are weak towards Dark type. Gosh darn it. Okay, we need a boss order. So we get to use our abilities now because they have no Wheezings in play. So let's use our abilities as much as we can. Do we have a Libra Horn? Nope, we don't. So let's just get those 2. They have 4 prize cards. We can actually make use of this later on, our Blacephalon. I don't know what to do. Oh my gosh, I put the Dedenne first. I keep doing that. So I made the mistake of putting the Dedenne first. Oh my gosh. Oh, what is wrong with me? They can actually knock us out with a Max Cutter, but they're probably not gonna do that. 70, 140 plus those extra damage counters. I'm gonna do an escape rope. Let's try doing an escape rope. We have 1 more Dedenne though. So we wasted 1 Dedenne because we used it wrong. That's really bad. For some reason that keeps happening. Whenever I use a Sonia for something else and a Dedenne, I keep playing the Dedenne first. Another Crobat. We need a boss order. Like, we need that boss order like mad now. If they don't knock us out though, we get to... Oh, they're gonna use Max Cutter with the... Oh my gosh, they're gonna Max Cutter the other one. Oh, thank God. Not enough. Oh, thank God. We get to put pressure on the other VMAX. So that's good. That's still a good thing. They're actually poisoning us though. So the clock is ticking. You have a good deck as well. So if we use an Escape Rope, we can knock out the Toxic Crow. Oh my gosh, this is scary. Oh my gosh. Let's just use an Escape Rope because I'm hoping for that Blacephalon to shine. If that Blacephalon shines, then at least we get to do something. If they knock out our Sigilyph... Oh my gosh, they can boss order though, but they have no cards in their hand. I'm not too worried. We have a very bad hand on our side though. They could just draw a research or something like that. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank God. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 damage counters. Oh, still not enough. Okay, this is bad. This is real bad. No Blacephalon. Oh my gosh. I don't think I'm gonna win this one. Just because we placed that Dedenne on the wrong time. If we had used that Dedenne, if we didn't make that mistake just now, we would have won. So that's the window is out now. We missed the window. We missed the window for Blacephalon. Blacephalon cannot do 12 damage counters anymore. Oh, there we go. Research finally. Boss order, are you kidding? Oh my gosh. This is gonna be like super close. If they don't do anything on that turn, let's hope they don't get those 2 good cards. If they have 2 bad cards, oh thank God. They need a boss order actually, because otherwise they can't win. If they don't boss order us, we are good. Because if they use a Marnie though, oh, they can't use Marnie. Oh, phew, that was close. We got a boss order in time, so that actually, you know, that saved our game. Phew, that was close. They can't survive a Psychic, I don't think. Oh, thank God. 150. Oh, that was Exacto. Oh my gosh, that was so close. We made a mistake there. A pretty bad mistake. A very big, fat, ugly mistake that I made. Placing Dedenne before I placed my Rapidash So let's go ahead for our third game with the Goldilocks Gallup deck, featuring Galarian Rapidash V, the Fairy Psychic Goldilocks card, Platinum Worm. Ooh, I love that name. Platinum Blonde, Platinum Worm. Oh gosh, Mad Party. Okay, we need to place a lot of damage counters on them. So no more Rapidash, complete change of strategy, complete direction shift. We are gonna play something else. So they probably have no Marnies in their deck. Mad Party probably have Research instead. So if they have a lot of Research, all we need to do is place damage counters over and over and over. Then we are good to go. We should have fished. We should have called a Dedenne actually, because we got a really bad hand. Too many supporter cards, but oh well. Only 4 damage counters doesn't do much, but if they have Sinistes, that's enough, I suppose. We actually can't place enough damage counters fast enough, so we might actually need our Sigilyph, Horror Energy, Counter Attack, for a double knockout. So if they attack our Sigilyph, they are gonna have to knock themselves out, and that actually help us win a bit faster, and we actually get to knock out the Dedenne as well. We can't use Librahorn or the Dedenne obviously, because that actually doesn't do much. 6 damage counters plus 30 base damage for Psychic Assault, not enough to knock out the Dedenne-GX. Two Mad Party cards in the discard pile. Heal Jamming completely useless, so let's get Sigilyph. Let's hope we get some Quick Balls and a Turbo Patch, because that allows us to fast charge. If we don't get those Turbo Patches or BDs in time, they actually can race past us, and that would be super bad. We don't have Switch though. We have a Crobat, we have another Crobat, thank god. Okay, they can boss or knock out our Galarian Rapidash, so we have to be careful when considering whether to place it onto the bench. A Tails, that's bad. Psychic. Psychic does a lot, but they can just boss order knock it out though. We have 2 Dedennes anyways and a Crobat, so oh well. If they are gonna boss order, they're gonna boss order. Okay, we have no switches. Heads, come on, yes. Alright. Now we put a Cape of Toughness on that one. 110. Let's just make it a little bit more difficult for them. They need 6 more Mad Party cards. Very easy if they have a Roxy, Research, Dedenne, Crobat V, and a Poltegeist. So let's just hope they don't get the right cards. Level Ball actually makes it super much better. So Mad Party cards got a revamp with Level Ball, with Ball Guy, all of those special new cards. I quite dislike this deck really, because Mad Party, you don't actually get to knock out a VMAX with 1 hit. Not even after all of those discards, and Mad Party actually gets destroyed completely. It's gonna be completely crushed for once the Chilling Reign, the new Chilling Reign set gets released, because Chilling Reign, they have the new Spiritomb. So the new Spiritomb has the attack, I can't remember the attack, something about grave, something back from the grave or something like that, but the attack allows you to shuffle all of your opponent's Pokemon cards from their discard pile back into their deck, and then you get to place 1 damage counter for each of those Pokemon that you shuffle back into their deck onto their Pokemon in any way you like. So it's gonna destroy Mad Party completely. Like, once that Spiritomb is released, bye-bye Mad Party, bye-bye for good. I mean, you have to be sick of this deck. Like, everyone playing this game have to be sick of this Mad Party deck. You see it everywhere. I mean, gosh darn it. Even after Shining Fates, it just gets lame. Like, come on. New art or not is just a lame strategy. Like, come on. It's so old. Get something new. And they can't even knock out our Dedenne. Oh, that's sad. Okay. Should we end their misery? Or... we actually can't end their misery. That's some big talk from my end. So let's just knock out the Sinistea. Let's hope Sigilyph survives the next turn. If it doesn't, then at least we get a double knockout. Unless they attack with their Poltegeist. If they attack with their Poltegeist, we actually can't knock them out with the Horror Energy, because it only adds up to 5 damage counters. Poltegeist is 60 HP, so we need another Horror Energy. We need those Turbo Patches, because we are down to 0 energy cards on our field if they knock us out. And they are probably gonna knock us out the next turn. I mean, they have to. Otherwise, they are either having a really bad hand or their deck is just not good. Oh, they just boss order us. Okay. They are trying not to deal with the Sigilyph yet. Like, you know, trying to knock out as much 2 prizes as they can before they deal with our 1 prizers. Or maybe not even deal with our 1 prizes at all, since we are attaching Horror Energies and having those abilities. So they have 7 Mad Party cards. They need just 1 more. That 1 more is all they need for a Dedenne-GX knockout. Level ball for Poltegeist. Sinistea, oh. If they knock out, oh, they're trying not to get to 3 prizer. That would be interesting though, because if they are, if they're trying to avoid the Fireworks Bomb, then it would be smart for them to knock out two prizes. That means they actually skip the 3 prize card. So Fireworks Bomb will no longer work. That means I'm just gonna attach it anyways, because it does 4 in any way we like. It does a lot. So we actually don't have a switch card. That was silly of me to do that. Should I just boss order them? They have no twin left. So Mad Party, they probably have a lot of other cards. Let's hope they don't have a twin, because they can't attach a triple XL to their Dedenne. So let's stall them for just a little bit, or maybe waste their edgy card. They need that last twin energy, or a switch card. Please don't be a switch. Oh my gosh. If they get to 3 prize, then we get to win the game very easy with our Fireworks Bomb, because 12 damage counters is a lot for a Mad Party deck. Like, you cannot avoid a you cannot avoid the 12 damage counter massive knockout. It's gonna knock out your Poltegeist, 2 Poltegeist, or maybe a Poltegeist and a Bunnelby, 2 Bunnelbys, something like that. It's gonna have a huge damage. It's gonna do a lot to them. And Mew doesn't do anything because we are placing damage counters. Please don't have a switch card. Please don't have a switch card. Oh, they have a switch card, an air balloon. I forgot about that, because, you know, 1 energy retreat cost, they probably have a U-turn board. But because they're playing a Oranguru, they need air balloon instead of U-turn board. Interesting that they are not playing, you know, a lot of Crobat, Dedenne, and all of those standard cards. They're playing a Oranguru instead. Very interesting to see this card. Because sometimes Oranguru is super helpful when you have a card that you need to save for later on, and you have a Professor's Research at hand or Dedenne at hand, and you're forced to discard that card, for example a boss order or something that you really need for later on. So Primate Wisdom is a huge lifesaver sometimes, because it put it back on into your deck essentially. It switch it with the top of your deck. So you get to save that card, but you don't get to save the top card of your deck, of course. So if you top deck something else that is important, then you can't actually do anything. But you get the point. Is, you know, is quite a good trade-off sometimes. So exile for those, for 1 Dedenne. I thought they're gonna exile a Poltergeist. So they haven't actually knocked us out yet. So I'm not sure what turn this is, but we have knocked out only 1. And they are gonna collect 2 prizes now. So let's hope they knock out our Sigilyph, because if they do, we get to use our Fireworks Bomb. If they don't though, we have something to worry about. Should have saved that boss order. Like, I probably shouldn't have used that boss order just now. But oh well. Let's just put it here, just so we have more flexibility next time. 60 actually knocks it out. So Psychic, we don't need to rely on them having any energy cards attached to their Pokemon. But we do need to worry about V being knocked out, because if Galarian Rapidash gets knocked out, they get an extra prize card. Oh, we actually get to use that one. Oh, we can't knock them out. That's quite silly. Oops, I forgot about that. They are not weak towards Psychic type. Oopsie. Okay. I actually can't do anything to them. This is really bad from my side. If they have a boss order, we are done, because the Dedenne is gonna be destroyed and Fireworks Bomb is not gonna have that extra effect. So all they need is a boss order. Let's hope Marnie do as well. There are 2 Dedenne down. They still can play Crobats and Dedennes though. What are they gonna get? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 180 damage. They need 2 more for a V knockout. They actually, Sigilyph is done even with the Cape of Toughness, but we have 1 last Cape of Toughness. Hopefully we get it attached to our Rapidash in time. This is a quite tricky game because they are not playing VMAXs. On our last 2 games, they are playing V cards and VMAX cards. So this game, we are up against a full 1 prize deck. Well, they are playing Dedenne though. 1 Dedenne, 2 Dedennes. Not sure if they have any other V cards in their deck or GX cards. but essentially mainly one prizers. So Librahorn completely useless throughout this game. Psychic is still powerful in its own way. And Fireworks Bomb super useful at the right time if they knock out our Sigilyph or any other one prize cards this turn. If they don't though, that Blacephalon is going to be completely crushed, nullified. Oof, they are taking an awful long time. Great Ball for Dedenne, I suppose. Bunnelby. Dedenne, oh. That's painful. They can still use a boss order, let's hope they don't. They have 2 more boss orders in their deck. 6 cards left in their deck. 4 prize cards. Let's hope 2 boss order is in the deck or in the prize card. They haven't used their Poltegeist though, I don't think. Oh, they are attacking us. Oh, thank God. We actually get a double knockout and we get to use Fireworks Bomb the next turn. That's insane for us. Okay, we get a double knockout the next turn. That is super like, that's, I don't know what to say, that's just very satisfying. Fireworks Bomb finally doing us good. It actually screwed me a lot because it's 2 energy retreat cost. It's a 2 energy retreat cost card, so if you actually play it, if you're stuck with it on your first draw, as your first active, then it actually does a lot of damage to you. So it's actually better not to have it in your deck sometimes, but I prefer just to have it. So I'm just gonna play the research maybe. We can actually use Escape Rope. No, we can't do that. We're gonna have to retreat the later. Okay, let's just use our research. It's soul crushing to see so many cards gone just like that. So Fireworks Bomb, 12 damage counters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 knockouts. 2 prizers. I think they have Bunnelby still, but no more Twin though. Oh, they don't have Bunnelbys. They have Rods still. No more Twin. Oh, 1 more Twin Energy. Darn it. They can recover pretty easily with a Rod and some Great Balls or Level Balls. They're playing Sinistea though, so that's a good sign. Okay, they are not having Rods yet. They're not playing their Rods yet, so that's also a good sign. If they use a Rod then Level Ball, then we have something to worry about. They can actually recover very fast and knock us out immediately, immediately after having nothing on their field. Instant recovery. That's how mad the Mad Party card is. I mean, the Mad Party deck is. Oh, they didn't do anything. And they left it at 3 prize cards. Oh my gosh, that's crazy for them. So we are going to charge up our Rapidash. Put a Mew just because we can. And I'm gonna knock out the Sinistea obviously, but we actually have a boss order though. So let's just put it on this one. Knockout. Yeah, let's just do that. 1, 2, 3. And put the remaining here so that we get to boss order knock it out later. It might actually be wiser to just put those 9 on Oranguru because we can actually collect those 3 extra damage counters with our Mew later on. That would have been easier than relying on the boss order, but they don't have Marnies, as I said. They Mad Party decks have no Marnie, so you don't have to worry about that. You can actually keep your hand turn after turn. That's all for this deck. Hope you guys enjoyed our Goldilocks Gallop deck featuring Galarian Rapidash V from Chilling Reign. Also, it's a promo card. That means the full art is actually more elaborate and fabulous. So Galarian Rapidash V has the Libra Horn attack, allowing you to place damage counters on any one of your opponent's Pokemon until that Pokemon's HP is 100 remaining. So it is super powerful. You get to pick any one of your opponent's Pokemon and you get to place damage counter as much as 200 plus damage counters on their VMAX or Tag Team. So that's how powerful this card is. Obviously, you don't get to hit for a one-hit knockout. One-hit knockouts are not possible for this card, but it does a lot for for the initial first few turns. You get to do a lot because there's only 2 energy attack cost, and you get to place so much damage counters. All you need to do the next turn is to attack them with 100 damage, and you get to knock out that Tag Team or VMAX Pokemon within your second or third turn. That's super powerful, and you get to even use a welder to charge it up, fast charge your Rapidash for a fast Libra Horn attack. So this is a very powerful card. It's a new card. Obviously, you're still not allowed to use this card in the tournament yet. You have to wait like 3 weeks for it to be legal in the tournament format in Players Cup. But it's a very it's a very interesting card because the attack, you've never heard it before. The effect is unheard of. It's never been featured on any other cards before this. It's super new, and it's super interesting in my opinion. So we also have in this deck our Fireworks Bomber. Put 4 damage counter on your opponent's Pokemon in any way you like for only 2 energy costs, and you also get to have an extra effect of placing, instead of 4, you get to place 12 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon in any way you like if you have the condition satisfied. So the condition is your opponent must have exactly 3 prize cards for you to place those 12 damage counters. Otherwise, you only place 4. But as you saw earlier, if you play your cards right, you actually get to use that extra effect of 12 damage counters. Obviously, we only have 1 Blacephalon in this deck because we don't want to be depending too heavily upon that card to attack, because it is not really that powerful. It only does it once. If they get past that 3 prizer very fast, then we actually can't do that extra effect anymore. So if they take their 3rd prize card, then Fireworks Bomber only does 4 damage counters only after that, and also before that. So we also have our Mimikyu, obviously, because heal jamming prevents your opponent from healing their bench Pokemon. If we use Libra Horn within our first few turns to place damage counters to damage heavily their bench Pokemon, bench Tag Team or V card or VMAX. Obviously, in the first turn they haven't already evolved their V card, but if we Libra Horn on the first turn and damage their Tag Team, they can't actually heal fast enough. If they use a Mellow and Lana, it doesn't work because Mimikyu prevents bench Pokemon from being healed. That means they're gonna need in DDVs. They're gonna need all of those item cards like Potion, Mumu Cheese, and Yell Towel or something like that to heal their active Pokemon, or even a Pokemon Center Lady. And they have to put it in the active spot though, so that's actually a bit tricky, because if they put it in the active spot, they're actually making it vulnerable for a Psychic Assault hit for our next turn. And all we need is a Psychic Assault. Even if they heal with the Pokemon Center Lady, it's not gonna heal enough for us for them to prevent a knockout with Psychic Assault. Because even if we can't knock them out with Psychic Assault, we can still do a double knockout with a counter attack and with our Horror Energy. So if we have a counter attack ability and Horror Energy attached to our Sigilyph, we actually get to do a double knockout. What I mean by a double knockout is your opponent can knock out your Sigilyph, but they have to knock out their own attacking Pokemon as well. Because if they attack your Sigilyph, if they damage your Sigilyph, they have to place 3 or 5 or even more damage counters if you have a lot of Horror Energy attached to your Sigilyph on their attacking Pokemon. So a double knockout is very it's very easy with your Sigilyph. And Psychic Assault also does a lot with your Libra Horn. It's a very good combo with the Galarian Rapidash. Obviously, you can use the Vivid Voltage Galvantula with the Electric Pursuit attack. So that attack actually does 20x damage for each damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon. So it's a bit different. It's a stage 1 Pokemon, but it's kind of the same attack cost. It's 1 electric and 1 colorless energy cost, but it's a stage 1 though, and it does not have the counter attack ability, and it's also not a psychic type, meaning if you play the card, you can't actually use psychic. So psychic is actually a very powerful attack, because if they don't play, as you saw earlier, if they don't play any VMAX or tag team cards, you actually have to rely on Psychic Assault and Fireworks Bomb, which actually doesn't do a lot of damage to them. It does not do much. You know, Librahorn is not going to do anything to a one-price deck, to a Mad Party deck or any other decks like that. You know, a Libero Cinderace deck is not going to do much. It's only going to do like up to 6 damage counters on their stage 2 or stage 1 Pokemon. So Galarian Rapidash requires a supporting card, a supporting attack or something that does damage to them if they don't play those tag team, if they don't play VMAX Pokemons or even V cards. So that's why we have our Psychic Attack. We are planning on using Psychic Attack. That's why we are using Psychic Energy cards for this deck, featuring only Psychic Pokemon, Psychic types, no other types. So obviously we're playing Fairy, Ghost, Psychic, but they're, you know, the same symbol, you get the point, the Psychic Energy type symbol. So we also have our Turbo Patch and our Bede to fast charge our Pokemons. We have 4 Marnies, 4 Research to fast draw our Pokemon cards, and we also have 2 Dedenne-GX and 2 Crobat Vs to draw even more cards. We have 2 Switch cards, 1 Escape Rope and 1 Viridian Forest. We also have 3 Sonias, 3 Quick Balls for setup, and we have 3 Boss Order to you know, make this deck even more powerful. Boss Order at the right time is gonna be super advantage. It's gonna give you a huge advantage, like, trust me. Boss Order, their tag team, after you do your Librahorn, you can Boss Order and use Sigilyph's Psychic Assault to collect those 3 prize cards within your 3rd turn. That is insane. And then Cape of Toughness is gonna be a huge saver for your Rapidash V, because it's only 210 HP. If you put a Cape of Toughness, it's gonna be 260. That means Zacian V is gonna need that Rusted Sword, otherwise it can't knock out your Galarian Rapidash with 1 hit. So we also have 14 energy cards in this deck, 4 horror energies and 10 basic energy cards. The reason we have so many basic energy cards is because Turbo Patch and Bede only works for basic energy, and you only get to attach if you have basic energies in your discard pile or in your hand. So if you have 2 horror energy and no other basic energy cards in your hand, you can't actually attach that extra horror energy to your bench Pokemon with a Bede. So Bede is actually quite restrictive in that sense. Not only do you need a basic energy card, it also only attaches to your bench Pokemon. So you need a switch for that. You need a switch for Bede to work well. So it's actually better if you have a lot of switch cards in your deck if you're playing Bede, but we only have 3 switch cards in this deck. The reason is because we only have 1 retreat cost Pokemons in play. So if we have U-turn boss, that's actually better. But we also have a 2 retreat cost Pokemon card in this deck. So we only have 1 of those though, so that's not much to worry about. So you know, having a lot of switch cards is actually better, but I actually find it better to have those other cards in this deck, like Boss Order, Tool Scrapper, all of those setup cards like Quick Ball, Sonia. They are actually more important because they actually set your foot running faster in the game, and that is, you know, that is the thing that matter most. So that's all for this deck. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. If you like our videos, if you find them interesting, entertaining, or fulfilling in any way. We'll see you in the next episode. Keep exploring new territories, keep building new decks, and keep challenging yourself. You know, find cards that are difficult to work with, cards that are, you know, oftentimes all of those cards with funny attacks or attacks which are very highly conditional. Like maybe Lugia with wind pressure attack, 4 energy attack cost for 250 damage, but you need your opponent to have more than 5 cards in their hand. So if your opponent have 5 or fewer cards in their hand, wind pressure does 0 damage, but otherwise you get to do 250 damage for a basic Pokemon, so a basic 1 prize Pokemon. So also the Libero Cinderace is actually a very a very popular deck, but people already find their way around that card. So if you can challenge yourself, find a card that not many people uses, and you know, build a deck that you can be proud of, that you can call your very own, like the Trash Cyclone, for example. Trash Cyclone is also quite a conditional attack. Garbodor with the Trash Cyclone attack allows you to do 30x damage for each tool card in your discard pile, and then you shuffle all of those tool cards back into your deck after doing the damage. So Garbodor actually does a lot, but you're gonna have to think about how to discard all of those tool cards into your deck fast enough, and you're gonna have to think about how to charge up your Garbodor for that twin energy cost and evolve it fast enough and prepare it for your next Garbodor, because it's a one price card, it's gonna get knocked out very easily. And you're gonna have to think about re-discarding all of those tool cards. Maybe having Chinchinos is good, maybe having Duskull, ability to discard cards from your hand, 3 cards from your hand to search for an evolution card, something like that. Evolution Roar, Galarian Berserker as well, Galarian Meowth, my bad. And also, you know, Pokemon with abilities, funny abilities, quirky abilities like Shift Try with the ability that you know, blocks your opponent from using supporter cards. So all of their supporter cards have the effect of drawing 3 cards instead of their normal effect. So Boss's Order actually only allow them to draw 3 cards instead of pulling out one of your bench Pokemon as your new active. So all of their supporter cards become a hop, essentially becomes a howl or something like that. So instead of you know, having their usual effect, they only draw 3 cards. That's a very useful effect, but it only works if your Shift Try is in the active spot. So that's you know, one of the tricky things. If they use a Fion or any Pokemon's ability to drag out something else as your new active, then Shift Try's ability will no longer work. It actually lifts off the effect and they get to use Boss Order again, they get to use Marnie, they get to use all of their supporter cards. So that's actually interesting to see how you get around all of those you know, what do you call that? Get around all of those traps for those abilities. So for each ability, there are ways of lifting all of those spells that you cast upon your opponent. For example, that Shift Try spell or any other abilities, even like Galarian Weezing, you know, Wicked Ruler. You don't see a lot of Wicked Ruler decks. Wicked Ruler Obstagoon, that's very interesting to play. You know, all of those hand restriction, Hatterene Mindhead as well. Not a lot of people challenges themselves to play those cards. I would really be happy to find those cool decks that people play with that you know, that feature stage 2 or stage 1 Pokemon, one price cards that nobody uses a lot, that, you know, that like even the Heavy Hold, Ursaring Heavy Hold, nobody uses it because it's actually quite powerful. It's 4 energy attack cost for only 120 damage, but you get to prevent your opponent from attacking on their next turn. So they have to do a double switch to be able to attack with the same Pokemon, or a switch to attack with another Pokemon to charge up another Pokemon to attack on the same turn. So that's actually you know, a super strong effect because they can't attack. So obviously it's 4 energy attack cost. You have to think about charging it up fast enough to be able to do damage to your opponent. You can even play a lot of Crushing Hammers to prevent your opponent from attacking even more. So they have to not only switch, find a lot of switch cards, you have to reattach those energy cards, you have to do a lot of things. You can even use reset stems or a lot of you know, Marnie, a lot of things that binds their hand, or even a Omastar or something like that. You know, just spitballing ideas here, but think about ways to you know, confine your opponent as much as possible so that they can't, not only they can't attack, but they can't do anything. They can't play cards from your hand, they can't do anything. So that's a very powerful deck. You know, it's the most the most powerful deck they can make is to restrict your opponent as much as possible. But also, if you're playing those decks though, you have to think about you know, your own Pokemon, because they can also play those restricted cards. They can play Fan of Waves, they can play Team Yell, they can play Crushing Hammer, they can play Reset Stamp. They can use all of those same effects on you. And if you don't have all of those Turbo Patch, all of those Welders, or cards that allow you to charge up fast like Electrify Bolton or anything, Tapu Koko Prism Star, whatever, if you don't have all of those cards that you know, bring yourself back out of the hole that your opponent dig for you, then you can't actually save yourself fast enough. If you focus too much on assault or on sabotaging your opponent, you can't actually save yourself from, you know, being destroyed by your opponent. So that's a lot to think about. You have to like find a balance between sabotage and you know, defense, sabotage and recovery. So that's a lot to think about. You have to find either the balance or either go completely assault mode, complete assault mode with your deck, but you know, make sure that you're not gonna be attacking, or you're not gonna be worried about defending yourself. You don't have to worry about recovery. You don't have to worry about all of those things that they do to you. So that's something to think about. If you're building a deck like the Full Metal Wall deck, fully on defense and recovery, and fully on protecting from damage, protecting from one-hit knockouts, protecting from weakness, then you shouldn't be worried too much about your attacks. You shouldn't be worried about all of those attacks that does a lot of damage, because Zacian actually do a lot of damage for only 3 energy costs. So Metal Saucers as well, it's very easy to charge up, so you don't have to worry too much about recovery for those decks. So that deck is also actually very powerful because it focuses heavily on defense and recovery, because you don't need to worry too much about assault anymore, because you know, you don't really need to sabotage your opponent anymore. That actually does a lot as well. So it's a lot to think about. Challenge yourself always. You know, find cards that have funny attacks, funny abilities. Work your way around it and find creative ways to play the game, because that's how you can you know, that's how you can grow your own personality and find the most satisfaction from this game. You know, that's all I have for you. So see you in the next video, and we'll sign up now. Have a nice day, and bye for now, guys.